Hello, and welcome to the Drumwell podcast, where we look at what drummers do away from the kit in order to do their very best behind the kit. And today, I have got, as always, a fantastic guest, great drummer. I actually met this guy 20 years ago this year. It was 2006. Australia did a Fastest Drummer Awards or competition, and they picked fastest hands and fastest feet from each state. And I went for Queensland with the fastest hands, and my guest today was from WA with the fastest hands. You may know him from the Furor, Impiety, and Depravity. Please welcome Mr. Louis Rando.
How you going? Good to be here.
Fantastic. Oh, thanks for being on. I really appreciate you giving me a bit of your time to have a chat today.
That's good. It's a pleasure.
Very stoked.
I've been listening to the podcast for a while, so I thought, I'd be happy to get on there. You know, not many people from Perth.
Yeah,
fucking drumming these days. Getting around.
Yeah, you're my first person from Perth, actually.
Glad to break the ice.
Yes. I've had I've had Adelaide, I've had Melbourne, I've had New South Wales, I've had overseas, but yeah, you're the first from Perth. So
as
welcome
always,
aboard.
Perth. Yeah, good to be here. Super cool.
Yeah. So as I said in the intro, we were, just before we get into the first sort of talking point, we were actually in that competition 20 years ago this year. It was the fastest drummer competition, and you'd go into, I think it was like Billy Hyde's or something. I've actually got the certificate up there. No, it's Alan's Music. And you'd go into Alan's Music, and you'd it was a drumometer or something, and you'd just play for promotion. 1 minute.
I feel like it was good promotion for the drumometer. Yeah, I think that was just came out that year.
Yeah,
and it's a fun little thing to play with.
Yeah. It actually got quite popular for a while, and there was also this whole thing of like extreme drumming as a sport around that time, around the drumometer time thing. So, but that kind of came and went, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a cool little party trick. Like every party should have a drumometer around, so people can just have a bit of fun with it, drummers and non-drummers alike.
Yeah, and actually just not long ago, I was working a show for Soundworks, another great Perth organisation, the Dying Fetus show in Brisbane, and Ashen from WA, from Perth, supported, and Ben was actually the guy from Perth with the fastest feet. So
I tried
that
my
was
hardest.
Cool.
I tried my hardest, man. I tried. He's got good feet. He's got bloody good feet, real good feet. Deserved victory for him.
Yeah. It was good to see. It was actually good to see him play again, especially after almost 20 years. That was end of last year. I actually was 5 strokes behind the guy that won fastest feet, which was kind of good. Otherwise, I probably would have been hands and feet for Queensland.
Oh, shit. That would have been the best, man. Two certificates on the wall.
Yeah. But no, it's kind of cool to actually travel down with another guy and hang out, I've actually caught up with him. I forget his name, but I caught up with him randomly somewhere. He's like, we're in the fastest drummer comp together. This is probably like, I don't know, between 5 and 10 years ago now. But I saw him somewhere and he introduced himself, and it was pretty cool.
If I remember correctly, I think Dan Preslin was there. He won the fastest feet.
He did, yep.
Yeah, and I didn't know who he was then. I know who he is now.
Oh, for sure, yeah. He's been on this podcast.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I've met him a few times. Great guy.
He's a legend.
I've got his little sample in my trigger module. It's a good one.
Oh, do you? Yeah, nice. Yeah, love that dude. Now, obviously, you're keeping quite busy with doing your three bands. I know you did a few Impiety shows recently, and I've really been enjoying, because you were doing the Furor back then when I first met you. I think it was maybe a 3-piece back then, but now you're a one-man band with it.
Yeah, one man band as of about 2020. It's been about 5 years doing it by myself.
Yep.
Just too hard to find committed members. Perth's a pretty small place.
Yeah.
And I was just having to. We had the original lineup, which came to an end around 2009.
Uh-huh.
We had a good 7 years of action with that lineup.
Yep.
Some great support slots over east with Nile and Behemoth and Marduk. Some good tours, but they just went on to other things. Just a natural breakup.
Yeah.
And I kept writing music under that name and didn't really play live at all. And then thought I just have to get these songs out here. And other people would suggest it. They said, why don't you just do drums and vocals and do it by yourself? And you've always been the man pushing the action anyway, so just do it like that.
Yeah.
And with a bit of technological ingenuity, I
Yeah.
managed to get it all together. But yeah, I've always been writing the music
Yeah.
from 2009 onwards. And when you write all the music, it becomes real hard to get good players to join in because all the good players are in other bands. And of course, they want to do their own thing. So it's all been kind of dumped in my lap, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But hey, all power to you doing it. I'm quite inspired myself because I've got not so much a blackened metal sort of thing, but I've got a bit of a few grind songs that I want to put out there, and I'm like, if Louis can do it, I reckon I can do it. And I don't
Yeah.
know if I'll perform it live, but I'm definitely going to just write and record all my own stuff and see what happens.
You play guitar also?
A little bit, yeah, yeah, a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm a shredder. I'll probably get my friend and bandmate Dan from Fuck to do the guitar recording when I'm ready.
No.
But I'll probably do everything else. But
Yep.
that's just a little thing I've been working on behind the scenes. I haven't actually told anyone this, so you're the first to know.
It's official.
Yeah,
It's got to happen
yeah.
now. It's got to happen
Well,
now. Can't
yeah,
back out.
it's out there in the ether, isn't it? Yeah. But no, it's very cool. I actually saw I was on a drummer page, and it was like footage of you performing. I think at that Dark Down South, and someone's like,
Yeah.
"Check
Yeah.
this dude out."
That was a funny one because that's like the first viral post that I've made.
Yeah,
Some South American drum page reposted it, and then
yeah,
it got heaps of eyeballs, and then just it's all a lot of South American people. I don't know from which country in particular, but yeah, I mean, it got shitloads of comments, shitloads of views, and I've been doing this same thing for like decades.
yeah.
So I'm like, where were you, 20 years ago, But it's good
Well,
that like people, I mean, if you drop it in front of people, they seem to enjoy it. It's a novelty. It's good. It's interesting. And yeah, I'm just glad it's getting shared around and getting a little bit of traction. And hopefully that feeds into, hopefully we can turn that into money.
yeah, or
Not
even
going to happen.
even if
But
not, yeah, even if not, it might sort of translate to people finding the music and enjoying the music, and then it might mean you get a bit more exposure and play a few more shows, and you don't
yeah, it
have to
has.
worry
Yeah.
about a whole band if you're going to go and do a tour of South America. You just got to rock up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
kind of the plan. I've had offer to tour Mexico this week. I've got to get back to the guy. I've got to look into it. I mean, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be rough either way,
mm,
but it might be just what I need actually, because I'm here in Perth doing my own thing. I'm very restless all the time. I'm always wanting to play shows.
yep,
Um, I've got nothing else going on, so I want to look into doing as much as I can over the next few years
yeah, for
while I'm
sure.
still relatively young and able.
Uh huh.
And yeah, just see what I can make of this thing. Yeah, I'm still super enthusiastic and passionate about it. Love drums, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it? If you got to love it and you got to enjoy it, and that's why we do it. Like, hey, money's nice. It's nice to at least break even, but ultimately, if it's the experience, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've never come across much money in the music industry.
Not
My
playing
idea
metal.
is, nah, nah,
Mm.
no. I've friends in cover bands in Perth who rake in the cash,
Mm.
and but it never wanted me to play, never inspired me to play cover bands because nah, what's the point? I've done a little bit of that before, but it grows old really quick. You
Oh,
got to be
yeah.
attached to the music that you're playing. If you're playing your own originals, it makes it totally worthwhile. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Otherwise, yeah, I could have made money doing cover bands. Just never really my thing. Like, I'd rather write and perform my own stuff, and you know, I'm doing it for me first, and if other people like it, that's really cool too. But ultimately, I play music because I like it and I want to do it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's a personal thing. It's a personal thing. Always on a personal battle. Like
mm,
you're on a mission. I feel like I'm on a mission. Um,
yeah,
if I don't do this, no one else will.
yeah,
And I got my little sound. I think I got this is my sport. I don't play sport. I don't really do much else.
yep,
So just getting out there and making this racket.
yeah, yeah.
That's what life's about now. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I was saying a couple of minutes ago about the fastest drummer thing where they were doing. I might not have said it on the when we hit record, but just when we were chatting earlier, they actually had there's a little bit of momentum around those drumometers where they were doing extreme drumming as a sport, and there was just like I don't know where it was, probably in America or something, but there'd be like almost like octagon type arenas and dudes just doing blast beats in them, and it was like extreme drumming as a sport. And um, I mean, but
Yeah.
you look at the way people are now, and they're just like some of the techniques people use, and like the young kids in their bedroom, just like nailing shit, and not even in a band. They're just ridiculous. Like,
Yeah. It's real
mm.
intimidating stuff. Yeah. I mean, you can just get on YouTube at any time. You'll be flattered. Like it's very hard to keep up. But I mean, you got to play in a band. You got to apply it to a full band situation. I think it's
Yeah.
good, like being in a room by yourself and playing and being an expert. But I've always wanted to just make a full band with a sound, tour, get out to pubs, meet people. That's
Mm.
been my whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, I think me too. I just enjoy the band environment. I enjoy writing my own music too, but yeah, I just love getting up there and playing. And whether it's to 2 people or 2,000 people, I just enjoy getting up and doing it.
Yeah, it's always fun. Just
Yeah.
I just switch into gear. Yeah, exactly. Whether it's 10 people, whether it's um a- arena, it's always
Mm.
the same for me. It always feels the same for me. I've got my
Yeah.
own standards that I have to abide by. I cannot fuck up. I have to nail it. I've always been pretty self-disciplined
Yep.
and yeah, just do a good job. Like show what you can do with drums, show what you can do with metal.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
something wild, but something memorable.
That's it. Yeah. So I guess that'll bring us to our first talking point. What kind of things do you do away from the kit in order to do your best behind the kit? Like diet, exercise, practice routines?
Um, I've always exercised. I've always had a pretty consistent exercise routine.
Yep.
Nothing crazy.
Mhm.
4 days a week, jogging for cardio, especially doing drums and vocals.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll jog and do vocals.
Oh,
That's as
cool.
that's probably as close to drums and vocals as I think you can get.
Mhm.
And just putting yourself under that kind of stress, jogging, and weights. I live by the beach here, so I do a lot of swimming.
Nice.
Um, and especially on like, say 4 days before showtime, I just try to get on the drums every day. If I can do 3 solid days before showtime,
Mhm.
I know I can completely relax come the show and I'm in a routine. But
Yep.
I don't like to leave anything to chance. Just do a lot of practice by myself.
Yep.
Um, So not necessarily even the songs, but just playing hard and fast to a metronome
Mm-hmm.
for extended periods of time to kind of replicate that live feeling.
Yep.
I mean, play as hard as you can for 40 minutes. I like playing with the metronome. I like sitting there and battling the metronome.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't play through the songs. I don't practice the songs too much. I'm more focused on getting my drumming fast and precise, tight, and then I'll go over the songs once. I have a pretty good muscle memory for being able to lay out the parts on the drums. But an important part is just to be loose in the arms, be loose in the feet, and have the stamina to be able to get through this crazy shit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I mean, obviously it's different with the Furor. That's all yourself. But I mean, Impatie's they're based in Singapore, right? Most of the band, or?
Yep, that's correct. I'm just going to change rooms here.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
And but yeah, Impiety, I've been a major fan for a long time. I've been following the adventures of the band probably for 15 years before I joined.
Yep.
And I saw they always had lineup problems and difficulties with drummers.
Mm-hmm.
So I just contacted Shy on Facebook, contacted the vocalist.
Yep.
And then he asked for some video. He said, yes, I'm actually looking for a drummer right now. Things are not working out with the current guy. So messaged him on Facebook. He asked for some drum videos. I sent them to him. And he was impressed. And he thought that I knew what I was doing. And we went from there. And I think it was within 2 months, he'd organized a 9-show Asian tour.
Great.
And before even meeting him, I flew to Singapore, met him. He flew in a guitar player from Italy, a session guitar player for Italy for that tour, who we'd also never met before.
Yeah.
And then we rehearsed very hard for 6 days, getting our set together. Played the 9 shows around Asia. Went well, really well. Great crowds. That was amazing. That was like seeing the Impiety crowd and the way they're received over there is really impressive. They get a lot of respect over there and everyone loves it over there. And it's a perfect fit for me for the kind of drumming that I play. Blast beats, fast shit, Morbid Angel, war metal. It's a perfect match, yeah. A good place to demonstrate my skills, you know?
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Yeah, I love those situations where you can just kind of you do the work away from the band, and then you rock up and everyone knows their shit, and it all comes together. Few rehearsals. I've done that with a Canadian band that I've done a few albums with him, and I've done a few Japan, Taiwan tours with him. He's got a bit of a following over there. And yeah, obviously I'd rehearse with him, in the writing process, but I'd basically learn all the songs. We'd record an album, and then he'd just give us a set list, learn all that, and then we'd just tour. He came to Australia. I had a couple of friends jump in as session guys for that. So we did some Aussie, Japan, Taiwan shows. And then I did another album for him. And I've recently actually done another one for him, but he's slightly changed the name. So the band was called Visions of the Night, but now the last album was called Supreme Act of War. It's like war metal, sort of black and death. And then
heavy shit.
Then the last, and the last one we did was he wanted to change the name of the band to Supreme Act of War, and the album's called Divisions of the Night. So it's sort of a flip on the old name and the new name, and the old album and the new album, and but that was cool. It was great. Yeah, basically rocked up in Japan. I think it was like 2 days before the shows. He had an American guy that he's worked with, because when he goes down to the US, he gets an American backing band sort of thing. And he had a Canadian guy, or a Serbian guy, Serbian Canadian, come over and play bass. And yeah, we just got in the room for 2 days and it all gelled and everyone was cool and we played some shows. It was great.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very difficult when you're traveling. Like, I mean, traveling by itself is hard.
Mm.
Playing with new people is hard. Playing new
Playing on
songs
a
is hard.
kit, playing a kit you've never played, different setup, different configuration. But
It's all all can get quite screwy when you're traveling and doing things on the fly like that. But it's fun. I think it brings out the best of me. Like playing with
yeah.
Impiety, we're always under stress. I mean, in the early days when I was still getting to know them, figuring out the
Mm-hmm.
set. The first 4 or 5 tours were like by the seat of our pants. But now I've been
Yep.
with them for 16 years and we have our set list and we know everything pretty well. We have a bunch of 25 songs we can pull from, and
Mm-hmm.
it's getting easier and easier. And when it's easy,
Yep.
it's fun. It's actually fun. The first couple of tours, almost not fun. Just too much
Right.
stress, hard jams, cramming it in.
Mm.
Yeah, getting to know each other as well, all that different stuff.
Yeah. I think as well, I've sort of been leaning into trying to do a bit more session stuff and just being able to adapt to different people and personalities and different, situations. I find that
Yeah.
not only being able to play the material, but being able to just like go in and just be confident that I've done my homework and I can go in and do it is always really it's a real good confidence booster, I find.
As long as everyone can stick to the game plan, just stick to the game plan. Everyone's got
Yeah.
ears. Listen to the demo, play it like that,
Mm.
and don't go outside the lines. I mean,
Yeah.
eventually you do. Like now got my own personality going with the band. I can throw in my own things because I'm kind of on top of it now. But
Yep.
yeah, it was always a real rush job in the early days. It was always, but it was fun. We're traveling the world, having the best time of our life.
That's it. That's what it's about, eh? The experience.
Mm. Yeah, I never thought
Yeah.
I'd do it. I never. Well, I guess I thought I'd do. I mean, I'd done it previously with the band Nerve Cell. I spent 3 years touring with
Oh,
them
yeah.
before I joined
Yep.
Impiety. It was
Y
2008 till 2011. 2011.
Uh-huh.
I did an Australian tour with them, Furor, Nerve Cell, Eternus Dominion from Sydney. And we
Yep.
went up and down the East Coast. We played Metal Stock, a bunch of shows. And then they went home, back to Dubai. And then they gave me a
Mhm.
call 6 months later. They're like, our drummer's dropped out from this show. We've got a big festival show here in Dubai. We have to play. And they had a good management with a bit of money at the time. So they offered to fly me over to play the set in Dubai. And we did that
Yep.
festival, Dubai Desert Rock Festival 2008, which was kick ass. It was like 30,000 people outdoor festival
Wow.
in an IKEA car park in Dubai. And then
Wow.
they got me back over for doing more tours. They just invited me back because they didn't have anyone in Dubai that they could get to do it. So we did
Yep.
Europe a few times. Big tour with Suffocation, which was the best tour I've ever done. And
Nice.
India, Bangladesh, parts of Asia, mainly Europe. But that was my first venture going out into the world, playing with
Mm.
touring overseas with a band. And then from there, it wasn't really my style. They were kind of going a different way. And I was thinking about Impiety in Singapore. I'm like, if I can do
Yep.
this Nerve Cell thing, I know
Mm.
Impiety's hooked up and he's very close to me. Singapore's only 5 hours flight away. And that's
Right.
exactly my style of music. I think we're a really good match. And so I'd go on to him. He's like, yeah, let's go.
Awesome. Yeah, it all sort of works. It all leads into another thing. Like every opportunity sort of opens more.
Yeah. That's why I just have to keep at it.
Mm.
Just always be out there playing and get exposed and just people. It's like everyone always needs a drummer. I've been
Yeah.
I've been asked to join a lot of bands, local bands, but I just don't have the time. Like it's just I don't have the time to play in some of these bands. Depends on the band, depends on what they're doing, where they're at. But I'm always super busy with my own bands, so it's got to be a pretty cool offer to do another one. I've already got 3 on the go, which is enough.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I find it because obviously, working as well. I really like my work situation, so I find it sort of hard to do that. I actually set my life up to be a more of a touring guy rather than a local guy where you're in the jam room at six till 10 once or twice a week every week, and then you might do like I'd much rather just do a bulk, you know, learn my shit, meet up with everyone, do some bulk jams, and get out and do it. I love that situation.
Yeah,
It's sort of
I mean, I
yeah,
came up in the Perth local scene. I must have played
mm,
like a lot of shows, 150 shows here over like 15 years before I even left. Like we from
yep,
2000 from 96 through to 2009, and we just
mm-hmm,
played local shows. That's all we did. And we were
yep,
happy with it. There was just so many shows going on, so many bands, and you really just get into it. We knew everyone around town, so it was bounce between a bunch of bands. And so then when the offer came up to go overseas, I was like, yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm totally ready for this. Perfect timing, great time in my life for it to happen. And
mm,
they say like all the good stuff happens when you're 27, when you're 28, when you've been through your
mm,
teen years, your early 20s. And then I was getting a bit bored with the local scene. And then I get a phone call one day and it opens up the whole world. So it stresses the
yeah.
importance of perhaps hanging in there, just hanging in there.
Yeah, 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 totally. It's all about consistency, isn't it? And just continuing doing what you love, and eventually doors open.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think I think for me, talking about the Perth scene, like I remember back in those sort of 2000 late 2000s, Perth obviously being the most remote city in the world, just had such a awesome metal scene before it sort of really opened up. I think Soundworks probably did was a big part of that, being a Perth touring company because they were bringing more bands to Perth as well, so you're getting more of the international. But it
Yeah, they had
always had a
everything to do with it.
reputation.
I grew up with
Yeah.
those guys, all Brad and Dicey. I used to play in their band Choke back in the day, and they were just
All
like
right. Yeah.
they're just local metalheads. They were always at shows, playing gigs in the mid
Mm.
'90s, early '90s to mid '90s, and
Mhm.
then I didn't realize how good they were at promoting until 2002, 2003 when they started bringing bands over. I think Hate Eternal was the first one, and then
Yeah. I was at
Cyclop.
the Brisbane show for that.
Yeah, Derek Roddy on
Yeah.
drums. It was
Yeah.
wild and
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
And then Psychroptic, and then the list goes on. But
Yeah.
yeah, they've done an incredible job at like making Perth happen, and even
Mm.
lighting up the eastern states. Like what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
I think they have like 2 or 3 simultaneous tours going on with Froth and Fury, Abath, Archspire. Um,
Yep.
yeah, they're very passionate, very committed, and good at what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, just that Perth scene, even I played in like I guess it was a heavy metal band, but they were sort of more in the hardcore scene. It's called From These Wounds. I played in that band back in the day, and even the hardcore scene and the metal scene, because I was playing in bands that were, I guess, crossing into both scenes. But Perth just had a ripping scene for all of it. Like there was
Hmm.
hardcore bands coming out of there was metal bands coming out of there, and you'd go over and everyone's at the show. Like, yeah, it's a mad crowd. It was really good.
It's always been pretty
Yeah.
good, and a lot of people probably
Mm.
don't know about that because we're just so isolated and insular. But there's
Mm.
always been great bands, a lot of venues, a lot of shows. Some of the bands make it out of here. They go on to bigger things. And yeah, it's always busy. There's shows every single weekend, 2 shows a week. We always doing
Yep.
our own thing over here, even though people might think it's dead and, this and that, but it's always been pretty hectic.
Yeah. I've always had a good time over there.
Yeah, cool, cool. Just, I
Yeah.
mean, the problem is
Great.
obviously geography, so far away. Getting over here is a
Yeah.
pain in the ass, expensive.
Yeah, it's not so bad anymore, like, especially when, like, airlines like Virgin, I guess, brought in the sort of music allowance and sort of got a bit more competitive with flights, and you could go over and, say, do a weekend of, like, Perth and Bunbury or, like, Margaret
Mm,
River or whatever. You sort of played in those areas. I mean, it's such a big state, but those are kind of the only areas I've really played. I mean,
yeah.
what
I mean,
Fremantle's kind of basically Perth anyway, isn't it? But
yeah, Fremantle's just the
mm,
port. That's part of Perth. Yeah,
mm,
we consider that part of Perth. But it'd be nice if
yeah,
Western Australia had 3 or 4 cities, you know? Like, I mean,
yeah, yeah,
what blows my mind is we toured America with Impiety. We did 24 shows. I can't believe you
mm,
have a new city every 3 or 4 hours. Like, that just
yeah,
blows my mind. You can just drive and you're actually going somewhere. Like, there's a place to go. We don't have
yeah,
that over here. Like, over here, you drive,
no,
you hope you survive, you don't run out of fuel, and you
yeah,
better know where you're going is not going to be busy. But
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
man, USA, you can drive from Philadelphia to New York in what 2.5, 3 hours, and it's
basically. Then
it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's such a
45 minutes to
fertile
New
place.
Jersey.
Mm.
Yeah,
So that's a because I mean, coming from Perth, it's always going to be a 5 hour trip minimum wherever you want to go. So
mm,
I don't like that. I don't like that. But I'm based here in Perth. I have family here. I've got my house is here. I've got things set up here, and I just hope that I'm able to get some cheap airfares and get some good action, and without having to
yeah.
leave my state.
Oh, totally. Well, that's it. Home's where the heart is. I'm in Brizzy. I love Brizzy. It's To me, it's I'm biased, but it's the best city in the world to me, and I love living here and just being able to get out and do things, whether it's around Australia or overseas. It's really cool.
But awesome living on the eastern states. You can just fly pretty easily down to Sydney, down to Melbourne, Adelaide, Canberra, and we miss out on a
Mm,
lot of that action over here, as you've seen. A lot of tours skip Perth, which is
yep.
okay because I've seen so many shows in the past anyway, so I'm not like hung up about it. But it is
Mm.
what it is. It's all finances, it's all logistics that work against us.
But I think that probably feeds into the strength of the local scene as well, like, and also just the intensity of bands that come out of Perth or WA in general. Like, some of those bands, I mean, I know Jim Parker played in a bunch of pretty nuts sort of bands, like Entrails
Yeah,
Eradicated, and, like,
yeah,
no one was
wild
doing
stuff.
that. That was, like, brain drill type stuff,
Yeah,
15 years ago,
Hyperblast.
and, like,
That
oh,
man, they were a great
ridiculous.
band, great band. They should have done
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
they should have done more. I think they went to Indonesia before. I mean, that
Yep.
stuff goes down like a treat in Indonesia, you can imagine. And
Mm. I mean, they always did well over here,
mm,
over in the eastern states. Yeah.
they played a few
It's
shows
just
over there, did
not.
they?
Yeah, well, I played a few with Jim. I mean, Claim the Throne as well. That sort of did a bit over here, but yeah, I brought Entrails Eradicated over back in the day. Well, I didn't bring them over, but, like, I helped them get shows, and I played shows with them and
Mm.
hung out, and yeah, it was always a good time. But yeah,
Yeah,
just
it's a small
ridiculous,
world over
jaw
here in
dropping
Perth.
stuff.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's insane. Small world. Linton, the guitar player, now plays with us in Depravity.
Yeah, of
Jim's
course.
running the burger shop. I don't think he's playing anymore, but
Yeah.
he's busy. He's got a business, so good on him.
Yep. Yeah, I often see Linton when I'm over there, or often he'll pop up over here. What was that other band he played in?
Gallows for Grace,
He's done a few,
in,
hasn't he?
Iniquitous Monolith.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can't think of it.
but I mean, I think he's one of the best guitar players in Perth, if not the best, like death metal, tech death, brutal death guitar player. He's always been
Yep.
in bands. He's always churning out songs, super productive and, on the cutting edge of whatever the hell, He's always pushing the
Yeah.
limits, He's an amazing guitar player.
Yeah, for sure. So We should get back to drums.
Yeah.
But
Perth.
but
That's the Perth section wrapped
what
up.
about what about yourself? Have you ever had any like injuries that have sort of inhibited your playing that you've had to work through? Like I know a lot of drummers suffer from, tendons and tennis elbow, wrists, fingers, ankles, feet, knees,
No,
anything like that, or no?
not
That's
really.
amazing.
No, really not much
Mm,
at all. Not much at all. And I think it's because I'm always so active, whether it's
yep.
drumming or exercise or running around the warehouse at work. I'm always moving.
Mhm.
I'm always pretty close to the drums. I practice a lot. The
Yep.
only instance I had when I was recording an album once, I got tennis elbowed super bad for one day.
Right.
And
Oh, okay.
I'm like, what is this? I mean, I knew what it was. It was a heavy recording
Mm,
session. And I was just playing with too much tension in my elbow. You know,
yep.
I think it was like, this is on hour number 5 of a recording session, which is completely
Mm,
unnatural to play this kind of music for that long.
yep.
And it was fine a few days later, but
Mhm.
I used to do a lot of skateboarding when I was young, and I've
Yep.
dislocated my shoulder, I've twisted my knee, I've sprained my ankles skateboarding, and that
Mm,
was so I was drumming at the same time, so I had some injuries that screwed me up for drumming. So
yep.
I finally realized that skateboarding is probably not an option anymore. I think I should probably leave that in the
Yeah.
past. Yeah. But I love skateboarding. I
Mm,
was always a skate kid growing up. But no
yep.
injuries. No, nothing that really inhibits me. Um, maybe my own slackness at times, But
Mm,
always make sure that I'm prepared for the job, like whatever I got to do before showtime. Make
yep.
sure I can just go full ball for 45 minutes or an hour, whatever it is. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, it's fun. I mean, playing around Asia with a bit of food poisoning, that's never fun.
Oh,
That's
no.
an injury, I guess.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's certainly not comfortable. I can't say I've ever had to play with food poisoning, but I did have a recent holiday to Thailand a couple of years back, and I've never really had food poisoning. And I was maybe a little bit cocky, like, oh, I got an iron stomach, blah blah blah. And the couple of days before we left, I had a bit of a day of vomiting, and then the day we left, it was coming out the other end, and it was not very good. So I couldn't
Yeah, yeah.
imagine trying to drum like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too
Yeah.
bad, but I was holding on for dear life, that's for sure. It was also
Yeah.
Thailand for me. Thailand, India, and
Right.
Singapore. In the early days when I was
Right.
kind of getting adjusted. I've been over there many
Mm.
times now, so I don't get sick anymore. But
Okay.
like every time someone goes to Indonesia for the first time, they're gonna cop it, you know.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, no real
Yeah.
no injuries that inhibit me. No, I've been pretty lucky up until this point. 46 years old. Um,
Yep.
haven't let up for I guess 30 years or so, and still feeling good. Still feeling like I can do it. I want to do it, but I wonder how long you can play this kind of music for. What, 55, 60? That would be crazy, you know.
I mean, you look at guys like John Tardy. I mean, I'm not sure how old he is, but he's got to be getting into his later 50s, and he's like, I've done a few tours with Obituary, and like watching him, he's just so precise, and his whole thing is just movement, like what yours is saying. Is just move, walking, movement, lift things, just day to
Walking,
day.
swimming. I do a lot of stretching. I've
Yeah.
always stretched because I used to skateboard
Yep.
so hard when I was young. Stretching became
Mm.
part of my routine when I was younger. And every day I stretch. Stretch the
Yep.
legs, stretch the arms. I mean, I don't go to yoga classes because that's ridiculous. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I just do my stretches at home all the time, every day. I love stretching. Always try to keep loose in the hips,
Yep.
in the upper
Mhm.
legs, the forearms, especially, the fingers,
Yeah.
forearms before shows. so I'm always pretty loose, like, and I know what can go wrong at shows. So I know where it goes off the rails, so I always try to prepare for that.
Yeah. What's your sort of warm up routine for a show, for example? Like,
I like to go for a jog around the car park. If there's a
yep.
park nearby, a car park somewhere outdoors,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for a 10, 15-minute jog just to get a light sweat going. 10-minute jog, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Move around. Try to get it to where I feel like I've already played 3 songs, and then
Yep.
then stretch it out, and then move again, do it again, break a sweat,
Mm-hmm.
cramp yourself up. I just do this. Sometimes I just make the clenched fist. Do this for like 5 minutes, and you'll feel like
Yep.
you're 2 songs deep into a set.
Right.
Stretching individually the fingers. 1, pull your finger back, try to make a clenched fist. This one always works for me. That's one from Sammy from Goat Hall that he taught me. Isolates all
Okay.
the kind of isolates your fingers, so you get a bit more dexterity in the fingers.
Yep.
Forearms. For me, it's always forearms. Make sure this is all loose when you're playing.
Yeah.
Loose, because it's going to
'Cause
cramp up
you really get that
every
amino
time.
acid. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Those
just you got to
amino acid buildups and
get
mm,
over that bump before you hit the stage, so you don't make a fool of
yep.
yourself. But I've had nightmare
Yeah.
gigs
Or
before where I'm not warmed up and things go completely wrong. Cramps in the thumb where you end up holding the stick like a caveman. You just lose all technique.
yeah. Yeah. It's important, I think. And I didn't really warm up until I guess probably a few years into playing, and then realized that 2, 3 songs in point where you really feel it, especially in the forearms, like you say, like that amino acid buildup. And before you can release that, I did start, I do that years ago and like get tight and like hold the stick like a caveman, but I could generally breathe through it a bit and sort of get enough oxygen into the muscles to breathe it out. But then when I discovered, just doing some warm ups, I've never had that problem since.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to warm up. I don't do probably enough, don't do as much as I should, but I try to, before a show, I like to be alone for half an hour, just go outside,
Hmm.
breathe some air, just jog around the car park, get away from people. I find that even like just being in a bar and having too many people talking to you creates a lot of clutter in your head. So I like to just be
Mm,
alone before a show so I can just figure out my own rhythm, clear my mind.
get in the zone.
Yeah, it's focus. Yeah, everything else is a
Mm,
distraction that just saps your energy.
yeah. Yeah. Do you do much sort of pad work, stick work, or more just break that sweat and just get all the muscles ready?
Mm. I never bring a pad to a show. I just use whatever's around.
Mhm.
I'll
Yep.
just practice on like a
Play the
soft
room.
chair. Yeah, usually it's always something soft like a pillow or a chair or something. But definitely just to
Hmm.
get a feel for the sticks. Spend like 10,
Yep.
15 minutes just getting a feel for the sticks, because I think every day is different. Every day you have to just
It is.
remind yourself, this is what drumsticks feel like, and you get a feel for how it's going to go. And yeah, just light stuff, not like, well, yeah, sometimes heavy followed by stretching, but just get a little feel
Mm,
with the fingers. The way I play is very fast. It's very finger orientated. There's not like massive swings. I'm not using shoulders so much. It's just all about this,
mm.
just having a little bit of, just having that flick in your fingers, making
Yep.
sure the hands and the forearms are good.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
No,
simple
I've
stuff.
been using
Simple
these.
stuff.
Yeah, I've been using these like thicker sort of marching sticks that have rubber tips for they're a Vic Firth thing. Um, I've been using them for quite a few years, and because when I play, I'm playing on I play 3As, So they're obviously much thinner than these thick marching sticks. And I just find that extra weight really helps, especially you get to that point of that, that forearm burn a lot quicker than with your normal sticks. But I'll even hit them on pillows, but you can hit them on any surface because they've actually got basically a built-in pad. So I don't bring a pad with me anywhere anymore. I just take these big, thick marching sticks and yeah, definitely recently, especially, I was on a holiday and I obviously didn't have a drum kit, but I brought those sticks and I would set up a little pillow kit and try and do like, double strokes and paradiddles and various rudiments, but try and get you're not getting any bounce, but you're trying to get that like cleanly with the hands and then actually get it onto a surface where I could get some bounce, and it certainly helps. Yeah. A lot of
Yeah, if you're playing
clarity
like
with
a
the
soft
playing.
cushion
Mm,
where it's hard, there's no bounce, makes you work a bit harder.
mm,
Then when you get on a
yep.
tight snare drum, it's easy,
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, it feels real good.
But it's funny you say that because I was talking to Dave Haley a few weeks ago. We played with Werewolves, and he's using
Mhm.
huge sticks right now, and he swears that it's much
Right.
better. He's like, you should try it now.
Okay.
And maybe I should,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
At the moment, I'm using 5As, but
Mhm.
I mean, I guess 2Bs he might be using. But for someone as
Right.
fast as him, I thought that was kind of strange, but hey, it worked.
Yeah, well, that's it. Everyone's different too, I find. Everyone's got a different thing that works and a different approach.
Because I think
I've
you
been
just
using
get more
3 A's.
bounce, more leverage with the heavy sticks.
Right. I've been
Mm.
using 3 A's for, the longest time, the 3A woods that Vic Firth
Yeah.
make, because I find that the balance is really good. They're probably, I'd say, in thickness between a 5A and a 5B, but they've got like a thicker taper at the tip.
Mm.
Um, and I find them balanced really well. Like, sometimes you might fumble a stick and you catch it, but you catch it the wrong way around. I could always finish the song holding it the wrong way around, as weird as it felt, but the balance was still the same. It's still from
That happened to me a few times on the
tip to
weekend.
bass. Right, yeah.
Mm.
And you can still finish the song. I feel like if it's balanced right, the weight.
It's tapered. You're saying it's tapered.
It's tapered, but it's not like, some sticks get really thin before the tip. This one's like got a thicker taper at the top, but also if you hold it on the wrong end or the right or the thicker end, just the way it's weighted through the whole stick feels very consistent no matter which way you hold it.
And this is all
That's just
crucial.
my yeah, yeah.
It's all crucial.
Because you can
Like
finish the song.
when you're playing like such a fine game of inches. I mean, little things like
Mm,
that. The weight. I used to use extreme sticks, the Vic Firth Extremes, which are a little bit longer, and I found it gave me a
yep,
little bit of length on the back end, just to get a bit
mm,
more pendulum swing there, a counterbalance.
yep,
Not sure why I stopped using them. But now I don't use them anymore. But regular 5As do me okay. I might take your
mhm,
and Dave's advice and try something heavier. I find that when I play heavier sticks, it's more on the hands. I get cramped up in my
mm,
thumbs. There's more to hold on
right,
to. It's a bit, but that's probably a good conditioning thing. If you're able to,
for sure.
similar to setting up like a really long swing with your kick pedals. It's really hard to do
Mm,
it first, but you'll become a stronger person for it in the end. Like, I mean,
yep,
then it just builds the shin muscles and everything. And sometimes doing things the hard way can really pay off.
yeah. I mean, so that's something I've been doing a bit of lately as well. Actually, part of my little pillow fort drum kit in the hotel rooms on holiday, I had no pedals, but I just did everything heels down and really got a burn in the shin muscles. I
Mm.
sometimes practice like that. I don't play heels down, but I'll practice like that just to get that, just to feel the bounce of the pedal and to get that burn in the shin muscles.
Yep, that's what I do. Yeah, the way that
Mm,
I like to get my feet going is just I'll turn the metronome to usually 83 BPM. I play half time because I don't like too many clicks in my ear. 83, which is what,
Yeah.
166, which is a nice,
Mm-hmm.
just a nice medium speed with heels down. Definitely heels down and
Right.
get that burn in your shins and anchor your feet to the
Mm.
pedal. I play heels up usually, but it's good to play heels
Yep.
down, I think, just to get that traction and get that balance with the, you want to feel the earth, beneath you. And
Yeah.
and if
Yeah.
you can build that shin muscle, then the heels up becomes a lot easier. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
often play at just medium paces and just look for consistency. Like play at a good medium, faster medium tempo for 5 minutes and just sit on it. Don't do anything fancy. Just sit on the groove and just get
Yep.
really accustomed to that. Yeah. Don't get carried away. Don't get distracted playing fills. Just sit on a groove for 3 minutes.
Mm.
If you can do that, it's probably pretty good.
Yeah. I think that that sort of one. What do they say about the 140 to 170 is kind of the hardest tempo to maintain. A lot of drummers that I've spoken to tend to struggle with that. So it's probably definitely a good way to sort of start out a practice session.
Yeah. There's a certain tempo where I lose it. Like I'm pretty like solid. I mean, I'm talking half time. I've always played that way. Um, but I'll play to like say 85, something like that, and just keep it consistent. But there's a certain period, that crossover period when you bring your heels up and you start tap dancing, going into the hyper stuff. There's a little spot in
Mm.
there that's really hard to do. It's like from
Yep.
93 to 97 for me. I mean, I can kind of tap
Yep.
dance all day, have heels up, and I pull my feet way back on the pedals, use delicate
Yep.
movement, and just let the pedals swing like crazy. But I'm not putting any
Mm-hmm.
hard work into it. I'm not putting any effort into it. But there's
Yeah.
a certain medium point there, that crossover that's quite hard.
Mm.
And you got to be ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
But then again,
Um.
I'm not the fastest double bass player. You want to talk to some guys like, fucking George Colliers, Dave Haley. I don't know how they do it, man. I don't understand it. I watch Dave play, and I don't know how you can feel what you're playing at that speed. Like physically, you can do it, but how do you feel like every beat? It must be like riding a rocket ship. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's just, I guess it's obviously a lot of practice. Because Dave's still very much a single stroke player, which a lot of guys now are doing the double strokes, which I'm trying to learn just because I want to be able to do it.
Hmm.
But I'm the same. I'm a single stroke player as well. Like I just sort of got that technique down, and I can do a little bit of a swivel, but most of it is very similar to what you're saying, where you sort of bit behind halfway, and you're just kind of really using the bounce of the head and the swing of the pedal and just catching it and just sort of hitting it like that. But
Yeah. The faster I play,
yeah,
the
yeah,
more I pull my feet back to like almost the
yep,
last inch or two of the pedal, and I'm really not doing much
mm,
at all. It's all balance, the spring setting, the angle of the beater, and just
yep,
it's you doing half the work, the pedals doing half the work. You know,
mm,
it's all feel. Yeah.
yeah. Um, any top tips for longevity? I guess we sort of went over movement. That's probably the main sort of thing to
Uh,
keep doing this. We want to keep doing it till we're 60 or 70 years old. Like any sort of
uh,
tips that you're gonna stick with?
for me, I guess I'm getting pretty old, and I've done it forever. I mean, longevity. I started young, and I've been going solid ever since. That's my
Mhm.
trick. Always had
Yep.
shows planned. Always have something to do. Um,
Yeah.
just
Working towards
consistency for
something.
me. Hard
Mm.
practice, consistency, Stretching, very important. Diet,
Yep.
important also. I could eat better. I eat okay, but I'm not like really focused on it, you know. A lot of the time I'll just eat what's around, you know. But
Yeah, of course.
yeah, definitely stretching, stay athletic, keep moving. I'm a fast twitch kind of drummer. Like it's fast music, and I've always been fast twitch. I can run really fast. I was very good at high jump. I'm good at long jump, the athletics. I'm a short guy, a short, fast twitch guy. Some drummers have different body types, you know. You've seen those tall guys play drums, and it's a completely different kettle of fish.
I'm a tall guy. Yeah. I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'3" or something.
Yeah. And
But
it's I love
yeah,
watching the tall guys play. It's amazing. They have a whole different setup and different leverage.
yeah, yeah. Like I actually learned something really good. I was actually talking to Adam Jarvis on my last episode about this. The
Yeah, I heard that.
Flow
That was
Mornia
awesome.
from
Awesome.
Cryptopsy. Yeah, the Flow DVD. I always go back to that. Just the way he and there's everything. You can see it all on YouTube, the DVD now, and there's so many people with so many different pieces of advice. But this was like the first thing that really taught me about, I guess, setting up ergonomically for your body type. And I didn't
Yeah.
do anything but change. So I changed the position of my bass drum for my height. So I moved it a little bit further forward and moved the toms a little closer, and I could instantly play faster just by getting the right angle on my legs and feet and ankles. And I could, without even doing any of the sort of exercises he gives you, I could instantly play faster. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a thing.
Have a convenient drum kit. I try to set everything up so it's within reach. I can just reach out. Faster you play, things need to be close. You play in a big rock band, you can spread out the cymbals and reach and be a rock star, do stick twirls and shit. That's cool. But speed metal,
Yep.
I want everything like right here. I don't want to have to move too much.
Yeah.
But I've tried it all. I've tried all kinds of different positions and configurations, and I think I figured out what works well for me. It works for me. I see drummers doing things other ways, and I'm like, God damn, how does that work? This looks like so crazy, but it works for him. You know, everyone's different. But yeah, like those
Exactly.
old DVDs, I got that old Flow Monia DVD, the old Derek Roddy DVD back in. I ordered it from him directly. He sent it to me from where he was living in Florida, Carolina at the time, after the release of the King or Kings album. Because I think it was advertised on the album, like get in touch with Derek. And that was the first time that we'd ever seen like death metal drummers break things down. George Collius, Derek Roddy, Flo. And that was so cool. I used to completely get into those DVDs because before that it was just whatever crap they're playing at the drum shop, or, you know, all the prog guys, or the, you know, the regular. But to see like someone like Derek Roddy explain to you how it's done. I mean, I wish Pete Sandoval did that back in the day. I'm sure Dave Lombardo's done it since, but it was great to have some explanation of what the hell's going on with drums, because things got so crazy with drums around 1993 that we needed some answers. I think we needed some answers finally.
Yeah.
We'd have enough guitar instructional videos, you know, because the 80s was all guitars and stuff, and we're sick of that, you know. Let's hear from the drummers.
I think that Flow DVD came out it was 2004, because I actually bought it at a Cryptopsy show. So, and then a year and a half later, and this perfectly loops us back to the way we started our conversation. A year and a half later, I was playing in Australia's fastest drummer comp, all from doing exercises from Flow. Yeah.
Yeah, he did something right. Yeah. I heard you had a lesson with him when you were in Canada.
I did, yeah. I was living in Toronto, so I just reached out and we hooked it up. He was up in he was sort of north of Montreal, so it's a little ways away. I can't remember how long it was, 5-hour drive, 4 or 5 hours, but I just basically went and stayed in Montreal for a night, and then the next morning I drove up to his, um, and had a lesson, and yeah, he sat me down behind his kit. It was all set up. He let me sort of adjust it for my height a little bit, and just said, "Yeah, just sit down and play and sort of show me what you do." And I sat down and played, and he goes, "Well, your technique is just perfect." And I went, "Well, that's because I watched your DVD and basically copied everything you did." And so, yeah,
But
then we basically went through just yep, sorry?
but he's a funny player himself. Like his technique's good,
Oh,
but
yeah.
also unconventional. Like the way he blasts, Cryptopsy is unconventional.
Yeah, he sort of rocks like that a little bit, gets the shoulders into it and,
Mm,
like, really, yeah, like elbow, fingers, wrist, and sort of like he uses everything, and then he'll
mm.
adapt it as he goes. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah. Oh,
But,
he's one of the
that was
best.
cool.
He's
Mm.
one of the forerunners for sure. Yeah. But yeah, it's good to see
Yeah.
these extreme. And now there's too many bloody drum videos online. Too much information. The cat's out of the bag. Everyone knows the same tricks. So it kind of leaves us old school
Yeah, but
guys like, ah, we got to write some good songs or something. I don't know. We can't play drums
yeah.
like these guys, so we better be in a good band. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've actually been trying to learn, I can do gravity blasts and stuff, but I've been trying to learn sort of a bit of push-pull. I've been trying to learn that switch blasting, um, just a lot of the little tricks that I see all these sort of Instagram drummers doing.
Mm,
I'm only pretty new to Instagram, and, basically it's I almost prefer it over other social medias because so far I've only really followed a lot of, like, drummers, and then my algorithm is all drums, so I'm getting all drum videos. It's like, "Oh, this is
yeah,
cool."
yeah. I get it a
Flip to the
lot.
next
Yeah.
one, it's another yeah,
For
and
me,
then I'm
it's
like,
three
"Oh, how
things:
do I" yeah,
UFC, skateboarding, and drumming.
yep, yeah. I'm
Mm,
still quite new to Instagram and still don't even really know how to use it. But, I see a lot of good drumming videos and, um, try to take little screenshots of sort of the breakdown of what you're hitting, certain fill ideas and this and that, so,
mm.
yeah, it's a bit of fun at the
I
moment.
do a lot of drum videos. I do a lot of playthrough videos and things because I guess I have a lot of time
Mhm,
on my hands here in Perth. We're not always playing, touring, or anything. But I like doing drum
mm.
playthrough videos. So on my YouTube channel, I have like hundreds of playthrough videos, my own songs, cover songs. For some reason, I don't know, just to show off, I guess.
Oh, it's just something. I'm gonna try and get myself into that. I'm sort of working on just getting better sound, like recording, so I can maybe do a bit more sort of session style stuff. But actually, the main reason was I just wanted to get better sound to do some more drum videos. So
Mm.
that actually really flows into my last little talking point. Did you want to plug anything? Have you got any? Your channels. How can we keep up with what you're doing?
You can check me out. The Furor pages are facebook.com/the Furor obliterate is the Facebook page there. The Furor on
Mhm.
Bandcamp, bandcamp.thefuror.com, some shit. Type in Furor on
Yep.
Bandcamp, you'll find that. Impiety, Facebook, Impiety Official, Depravity Destroy, our Facebook. We're on Instagram as well, Depravity Australia. Check that out. We just did a new album with
Mhm.
Depravity, came out 1 month ago. Pretty good.
Great.
I think so. Check that out. The new Furor album just came out 2 weeks ago. And I'm currently like
Nice.
trying to saturate the internet with that. I'm trying to get a bit of action happening with that one. So I've got a new album out there. It's
Mhm.
busy times actually at the moment. With the two albums from both bands. Yeah, the YouTube page, YouTube, the Furor official, Louis Rando. You can see all my videos, all my stuff from there. There's plenty of
Yeah.
content on there for even my first show, at high school when we played our first high school show. That's all up there, everything from then onwards. So,
Wow.
yeah, check it out.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, Louis, it's been really great chatting to you today. Stoked to have you on. Thanks for reaching out. Thanks for being here. And thanks for sharing your time and your experience with us all.
Thank you. Yeah, it's an awesome podcast, man. It's a good thing you're doing. Hey, it shows a lot of
Oh,
initiative.
cheers.
Someone's got to do it, right? Someone's got to be the first. Let's talk drums. Keep doing it. It'll get bigger
Yep.
and bigger and bigger, and hopefully it snowballs into something outrageous.
Yeah, it's just a bit of fun, I'm having these conversations with drummers at shows, so I thought, why not hit record?
Yeah, I've listened to all of them. I'm always listening, and I'm like,
Thank you.
I could have this conversation too. Mm.
I'm glad we did. Now we have.
Awesome, man. It's been great. Thanks a lot.
Amazing. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.